Canadian Aquatic Auctions is your place for that aquatic enthusiast in your family this holiday season. With Christmas fast approaching, now is the time to look for that great gift for that special someone who lives the aquatic lifestyle. With years of experience, owner-operator Nelson Fletcher can help you achieve your aquatic needs and goals and help you find that special gift for that aquatic enthusiast you love. You can also converse with other aquatic hobbyists and enthusiasts by logging on to www.aquariumauctions.ca and joining the TAC room, where you can ask any questions. Visit Canadian Aquatic Auctions today at their website at www.aquariumauctions.ca or their Facebook page at facebook.com/Canadian Aquatic Sales. Together we can build lasting relationships based on listening and servicing your needs in a professional environment. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Canadian Aquatic Auctions.
My name's James. For 6 years, I was a garbage can druggie. I would do any kind of drug I would get my hands on. But here at Teen Challenge, I've walked away from that drug lifestyle for good.
If you know an adult or teenager who is struggling with a chemical addiction, Teen Challenge is there to help. Please, don't wait. Call us today at 417-862-6969 or reach us on the web at teenchallengeusa.com.
Christmas is not far away. Come catch Santa on his sleigh. Time is precious, seize the day at Ski's Watch and Clock. Ski's been in business for 20 years. He knows his stuff, so have no fears. He knows about all those tiny gears inside every clock. When you come to Ski's Watch and Clock, his variety is huge. From wristwatches, pocket watches, stopwatches, desk clocks, mantel clocks, grandfather clocks, new and previously owned reconditioned pieces. Right now, with Christmas so close, we will only accept light repairs till after Christmas. The elves are busy enough as it is filling Santa's sleigh. Don't let the Grinch stop you from filling the stockings or putting things under the tree this year. If you're worried about getting someone a gift, you can put items on layaway with just a small deposit. Thanks to Ski, you can send that stupid Grinch to his bedroom with no dinner or TV and no computer or PlayStation. By now you must be wondering where Ski's Watch and Clock is. It's located in beautiful downtown Winter Haven at 106 West Central Avenue, Florida, just across from the main post office. Call 863-294-5630. Again, that number is 863-294-5630.
This is our time. We play without limits. We create without rules. We are not for sale. We connect with the whole world. Every idea we've shaped, every relationship we've cultivated belongs to us. We demand the freedom to be our uncensored selves. And when something challenges that, we change it. Together. This is our time.
One, two, three.
Let's start a revolution. Let's MeWe. Join the revolution at MeWe.com.
Memories can last a lifetime, especially when it comes to the holidays, especially when it involves taking pictures. If you live in Southern Oregon or Northern California, there's one place you can count on to make those memories last longer than the holidays. That place is Grateful Heart Photography. Abigail Summers can help you with making your Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate the best ever by taking single shots, family portraits, couple portraits, pet photos, and more. She can also capture the finest winter scenery you can imagine. Those photos are available all across the country and around the world at a price that will not empty your wallet for last-minute Christmas shopping. Don't wait until the last minute to get your pictures done for the holidays. Call Abigail Summers at Grateful Heart Photography at 541-951-2443 or message her at her Facebook page by searching Grateful Heart Photography. Much of her work can be found there. Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year from all your friends at Grateful Heart Photography.
If you're looking for action-packed classic fun, look no further.
Carter, it's a machine gun. Look out, Daddy!
Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman!
For the best in old-time radio adventures, you've come to the right place. This is one nostalgic weekend.
Saturdays and Sundays, midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific on Action VR Network.
Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Are you looking for a great education that's also in a great location? Check out College of the Siskiyous. We offer a variety of career and technical education programs, general education, and personal enrichment classes. With our new Reg 365 process, you can register for any semester, any time of the year. With on-campus housing, an active campus life, competitive athletics, and expert guidance from our highly trained staff, College of the Siskiyous is waiting for you. Call us today.
Hello, wrestling fans. Welcome to another exciting edition of Pretty Boy Doug Masters Kayfabe Corner. Welcome again this week, brother. And ladies and gentlemen, I sure appreciate you tuning in like you do in each other week. I sure appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I hope that you all had a great Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas coming up. If you got any questions for myself, my guest, my producer, or just want to call and shoot the breeze, man, feel free to call at 954-246-0398. It's 954-246-0398. Without further ado, man, I got a great friend of mine. I say every week the show just gets better and better, and with all our viewers we got for every week still adding to the show, I can see that I'm doing my job. So without further ado, I'd like to bring in here our guest this week, Mr. Black Bart. Hey, Bart, how you doing, brother?
Hey, my brother, everybody out there, man, a late Thanksgiving and a happy and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody. Like Doug said, I want to get that in first thing before I get off on too much. Getting the people that ain't been around me a lot and haven't that music, that dadgum music, Doug. I was world heavyweight champion there. Okay, and it bothers me. I got a little something I want to. Okay, get off my chest or call it whatever you want. You may hear my nephew in the background and my wife.
That's fine.
I mean, my grandson, and the nephew hollering and screaming, but he's okay. He's just playing. I ain't dropping the compactor. I ain't dropping the compactor on him or anything like that.
Compactor on him.
Yeah.
Somebody stretching.
Yeah, brother. First thing I want to get when I looked on Facebook and there's a big picture of me holding Kevin's belt. It was the Von Erich's belt. We just barred it. You understand what I'm saying? It was his belt. One time he told me, Kevin told me, he said, that's my belt. And I said, yeah, and I'll give it back to you when I get ready. It's your belt, but I'll give it back to you when I'm ready. Of course, I was working for Fritz at the time, but that music, that world-class music, whatever, sportatorium music, it takes me, and the work. Okay, they had the Freebirds in here against the boys, and at WrestleCade, I heard so much Gaga and so much this how, and it was great. I ain't taking nothing from that. But then the Freebirds leave, and Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes and they were and Buddy was my friend. They were my friends. I was with them out in Pensacola. I was with them when they weren't even the Freebirds. But the territory was doing great, selling out everywhere, 7 days a week. I mean, selling out, and then they left. Bam! It's got to end sooner or later. So what happens to the gate? What happens to the buildings, Doug? You know, they fall down to almost zero. Now, I'm gonna get this in. Chris Adams is slapping a co-pilot, and he's dead, and God bless him. And but if it's an honest, true story, he's slapping the co-pilot. He's getting deported as old Black Bart's flying in, driving back from the Carolinas, coming home to be in the middle of the card and a main event every now and then, because I'm 14 kinds of Billy Hot off of TBS, the Superstation, right? Okay. Nice. I go to my first night is Real Rogers Coliseum. I take my bag, I set it down on the floor. George Scott, the booker for Fritz, which is a very good friend of mine, and the guy that trained me trained him and his brother. But I set my bag down, and he comes in, sets that belt on top of my bag. Said, "Bart, you're my champ." And I said, "George, wait a minute." I said, "Wait a minute, wait." I said, I got no channel. I got nothing on channel 11. I got nothing on 39. I've got nothing. He says, "You're hottest thing I got, and it ain't off of nothing we got. It's off of TBS, which it went everywhere. You know,
right?
It went everywhere. And there's another story I want to tell you. I'll tell you, but he said, and okay, we come up with the deal with the riding the horse around the ring, right? At Real Rogers and at the Sportatorium, which that was great. That was great. And it got me instantly some heat with the guy because at Sportatorium I'm getting off the horse and the guy's putting a cigarette butt on my horse's butt on its ass. Wow. And I step off of it and it's packed. The place is packed. And I come around and I said, "Man, you're gonna get somebody killed. You stupid!" And I'm screaming. And Bill Mercer's right there, and Bonnie, my wife, is sitting right in front of the horse, holding Smokey, my horse. Okay. But anyway, what I want to get, all this I'm getting at is that I look on Facebook and there's a big giant picture of Black Bart. He's got the world strap. And I strolled. I go to comments, and I'm looking at all the comments. There's a comment that says Black Bart ain't was nothing but a jobber.
No.
And I said, man, are you kidding me? And I have a hard time typing. I have a hard time spelling, but I'm learning how to use a microphone and how to get it out there. This is the best way I know to get it out there, and I'm telling that person that wrote that, and I tried to tell him in a little message on there, but I'm telling you, until you walk in another man's shoes, don't badmouth him. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Don't run your head, don't run your face when you ain't got a clue to what it is until you step in a ring with a Von Erich, and you have to fight for your life. Okay? Honest to God, brother, I had that world strap for 13 months. I was getting that a while ago, and another thing I'm trying to get at is when the Freebirds left the territory and Kerry hauled his butt to WWF, okay? The territory was deader than Kelsey's nuts. All right, the buildings was averaging maybe $500 to $600, $700 a night. Okay, in 6 months' time of us working our butts off, not just me, but Mike Davis, Tommy Lane, Buzz Sawyer, Matt Bourne, Percy Pringle, before he become the big Paul Bear, and we worked our butts off, okay, and built it up. And within 6 months, we were averaging $10,000 a building. 7 times 10 is $70,000 a week. Are we there?
We're there, brother. $70,000 a week.
And brother, then Fritz just gives it to the boys. And then they start no showing. They start, when you book a town, when you tried to book a town, brother, they would know, the people started, you got them on the car, but are they going to be there? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And about 90% of the time, they didn't even bother to show up. Somebody had to double work, or and when you work your butt off for something, and then it's like, don't even bother to show up, man. Don't even bother to show up. That's the kind of stuff that icks me about the Von Erichs. I did not want to. I was not going to say they snorted it up their nose, but they snorted it up their nose. Are you with me? Okay, it snowed on the boys a lot. 100 degrees weather, and they had snow warnings wherever. But anyway, I'm not. And I love brother. I love them to death. I love them to death. Okay, one match. Well, there's more. I got more than one that I can talk about. But one match that tells the story of the way Kevin was at this time. Now he may be a great guy, a fantastic daddy, and the whole 9 yards. But brother, I'm wrestling him in Real Rogers Coliseum. It's a good house, Real Rogers Coliseum in Fort Worth was one of the towns that we actually made money in. Okay. The finish is I hit him with the branding iron. He goes down. The referee don't see it. I call fall on him. 1, 2, 3. I slide the branding iron back to Percy Pringle. 1, 2, 3. It's that simple. You had to keep it that simple, because if you didn't, they didn't understand. And sometimes they didn't understand simple. You understand what I'm saying? Simple. They didn't understand.
Kev,
but brother,
last time I talked to Kev.
Go ahead.
Last time I talked to Kevin, my co-host, I'm here. Last time I talked to my co-host, talked to Kevin, he swore that he never did drugs. Ain't that somehow he's trying to kayfabe it and all that stuff? We're getting back to what you're saying, but I just thought I'd throw that in there, man.
Brother, I hit him. I carry that branding iron, Doug, and it's made out of 3/4 inch smooth rebar. And it's made by a guy right Molly. It ain't there no more. But in Fort Worth, I carried down and got it welded up by one of my buddies anyway. And I hit him in the head with it, working, and he didn't sell. It's like he didn't sell.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, he didn't sell. Now I'm the world heavyweight champion. He's trying to take the belt back. So I draw back and I hit him the second time, and it's like a fly lands on his chest, and he brushes it off. Brother, the third time I hit him with that branding iron, it bent around his skull. And I knocked him cold as a wedge. Wow. I fell on top of him, 1, 2, 3, and from the sportatorium to my front door is about an hour. I stopped and get beer because I drank back then. And I stopped and get beer. So an hour and a half, I walk into my front door, my phone's ringing, and it's Fritz. And Fritz says,
"Oh, shit.
Bart, what are you trying to do? Kill my boy?" I said, "Fritz, if you would have done that when that son of a gun was a kid, maybe, just maybe, you'd have been a lot better. And hung the damn phone up. I said, well, I carried the belt back next Monday to the sportatorium, and he'll probably just take it and put it on top of somebody else's bag, right? But he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't, and we wound up in the Cotton Bowl, brother. Doug, I don't know if you ever worked in Cotton Bowl, but it's wide open, brother. He rents a quarter.
Oh, that's wide open. Yeah.
Fritz rents a quarter of it, and it's fenced. It's like fenced off, and they that damn end of that damn building right there. When you come out the tunnel, it's sold out. It's sold out. It's drizzling rain.
Mm-hmm.
Honest to God, true story. It's drizzling rain, and 45 degrees, and it is cold as a witch's tit. All right. I got my long tights. I put my blue jeans over my tights. I wear those black T-shirts. I put the black T-shirt over, and I'm doing anything. Well, it's time for us to go to the ring, okay? And we done went over to finish for like 7 hours, and we're kindly going to the ring, and really, I know I know that he's going to win. That's pretty much it. That's what I know. Mm-hmm. And he comes to the ring in a pair of briefs, barefooted in a pair of briefs. Yeah, well, those things that they wear, whatever I call them underwear. They look like little underwear briefs. Anyway, he gets in the ring and let's go home, man. Let's go home. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. I said, Kevin, we'll go home when I tell you to go home, and not till. And what you see on the internet is I make a couple of, and it's like a 2-minute match, and it's done. It was probably about a 25-minute match, all right. And then we went home. But one thing I got to do, and Fritz von Erich was like a god to me. Okay, he was a god to my daddy. He hung the moon. The moon rose, and the sun set and rise on Fritz von Erich in my house when I was growing up. All right, he said this. Fritz is sitting at ringside, okay? And they don't show this on unless you was there, you didn't see this. But I make one trip in front of him, right? And I kick at him through the ropes. You know what I'm talking about, Doug? I kick at his ass through the ropes. I'm just, you know, and I do it. I go again. I kick at him again. I go around again, and I kick at him again. And I go around the third time. Fritz comes up on the apron. Okay, I don't know how old he is. I didn't even know he could get up on the apron, and sticks that claw, that right hand, straight up in the air. And that I thought they was gonna get in the ring and beat my ass, brother. For the fan, fan. He come up, stuck that claw up in the, and I mean I said, I walked back around the ring, scared me to death, brother. Because if Fritz ever put that claw on me of his, I thought I was a dead man. You understand what I'm saying? I believed in that claw.
Right.
I believed in that claw, brother. I come back and I got close enough to Fritz because he couldn't move too good. I got close enough where he could hear me, and I said, Fritz, if you'll just please sit back down, bud. I won't talk to you. It scared me to death. He was like a god to me, you know. Even though I was smart and been in the business for 20 damn years, I still respected that old fart, and I had nothing. And that comes from our training, you know. It comes from our training.
Well, yeah.
I'm not, you know, and I don't mean to, and I don't mean to be hogging. I don't mean to be taking all the time. And I promise, but the thing about Fritz was, even though he was making, and some of his payoffs but he was a pretty dadgum good payoff dude too. I mean, he knew what it was like to be out there on the road, and that's what the boys didn't, except for David. David knew what it meant to be out on the road and living from paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. Okay, he knew. And if David Von Erich hadn't went to Tokyo, Japan, and done what he done, he didn't commit suicide. He didn't commit he over here, Dave, like, I travel with Dave, okay? He like taking the Quaaludes, the little waffle-looking things, okay? And he would break them in 4 quarters, okay? And we was all in pain because we wrestled every stinking night. We never had, every night we was getting in the ring wrestle. So he would, over here, Dave would take that Quaalude, and find a bottle of Jack Daniels. He loved Jack Daniels or Crown Royal, and he would take a little, he would and just sip it, and then when that Quaalude was gone, he would go to bed. All right?
Mm-hmm.
He got over there, but he couldn't find, he got that Quaalude in. How? I don't know, don't care. He got it in there, okay? But he couldn't find it. We'd done been at the building. We'd come back, and he could not find the Jack Daniels or the Crown Royal, so he got a bottle of sake, and he mixed that Quaalude with that sake. And brother, that sake is about 100 times stronger than any damn thing we got, and it mixed and blew up in his guts. And they said that Fritz left him over in that room for 2 weeks. The Japs went in there and turned the AC off. Oh, it was like 145 degrees outside. You could smell him, but anyway, if Dave had made it through all that, Frank Brody went in there and flushed all of his stuff down the toilet, and that's all, and that's good. We were supposed to take care of them, okay? And Frank was one of the ones that was supposed to take care of them, because we could come back to their territory if we took care of them, which was my home, and I'm going to take care of them. I was over there when Mike went over there. I was over, and we took care of them because there was a territory here we could live here and make a good living. Okay, and Fritz took care of us when we do stuff like that. But it's so. If, like I said, if David had lived, we'd have a job right here. And something I found out during Wrestlecade, which I didn't know. Me and Johnny Mantell and Kay and Kevin Sullivan and another big ass wrestler. I think his name was. I can never remember that guy's name. But anyway, we're sitting there at a pizza table with their wives and everything, and they're ordering pizza, and we're talking. Well, Johnny tells me a story. Is telling a story, not to me, not just directly at me, but directly at the Superstation thing. Now, do I now? Hello. Okay, hello, Sean. I'm sorry. But Johnny is telling the story when Channel 30 when Channel 39. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, Channel 39. Channel 39. It was syndicated. It was a cable. And Channel 11. Well, Fritz had it in his hands to actually be the Superstation, actually be syndicated, if I ain't saying it right, be syndicated like way before TBS was ever the Superstation. You know what I'm saying? And Dave had just died in Japan, all right? And the deal was we had to go worldwide, all right? Fritz walked out of the meeting with of course, David Manning and Bronco Lubitsch and all them guys, and looked at them and said, Kerry and Kevin can't carry it worldwide. The answer is no.
That's why.
The answer is no.
That's the reason why.
That's the reason why it went down the tubes, everything. When he walked out of there and he shut down 39, told them no deal on this first Superstation. We done it here first. You understand what I'm saying? We done it here first. And then, and I didn't even know it. I mean, and I was world heavyweight champion and the Texas tag team champion, world class tag team champions, global tag team champion. Every dadgum company to come through here, I was one of the. If it was a brass knucks champion, I was one of their dadgum champions. You know. And then Doug, we go to Puerto Rico.
Heck yeah, brother. We had a good time down there.
I told him, I got
All I know,
somebody say something.
I just wanted to say one thing. If Kerry didn't have his drug problems and whatnot, he could have easily been able to carry things. It's just Kerry, his problems overshadowed all of his potential.
Yeah, but and the thing about Kerry was he had the body, he had the looks, he had all the girls in love with him. All right. The thing with Kerry, brother, he couldn't get out from underneath that snow. When he went somewhere along the way, him and his wife broke up. They got two lovely little girls that now they're all grown up, but they back then they were little girls. I think 3 and 4 or 5 and 6, somewhere like that. He comes back from WWF, and he was on probation. All right, Kerry got popped with more cocaine on him.
Damn.
All right, and he was facing 30 years. All right. Now he went out with his wife. Me and him was going in an angle. Every time I'd go to ringside, he would jump me. Every time he'd go down there, I would jump him, double, and fight all the way back to the dressing room. And brother, we had it going. Okay, we went into a cage match. That I beat him. Nobody has beat the Von Erichs in anything. I beat Kerry Von Erich. I got a picture of it. Me on the outside of the ring, standing up, and Kerry coming in the middle of the ring, up on his knees, shaking his head like, "What the hell happened?" He goes out. We had that match. That's a set up. Like another year of me and him at the Sportatorium. But brother, he goes out. He goes out with his wife that night and asked her, "Can me and you get back together? Is there a chance that we can get back together?" And she said, "There's no way in hell." Kerry wrote on the tablecloth, "Tomorrow I walk with my brothers." All right?
Wow,
Tomorrow I walk with my brothers. He went the next morning out to his dad's ranch, Lake Dallas, the other side of Lake Dallas, gets in a Jeep, goes out there out in the woods, takes 44 Magnum, blows his heart out his back. Dead in Kelsey's nuts. If that boy would have, God Almighty, if he would have stayed alive and got off of that shit, the cocaine. All right, I've done my weight, brother, in cocaine. All right, I've done more than my weight. And I have done truckloads of that crap. But it's time. When it's time. It's a time to work and there's a time to play. Y'all understand what I'm talking about? And that's what they didn't know. They thought they could just play all the time. It didn't have to be serious. You understand what I'm saying? And that ain't the way life is. That ain't the way it is, brothers. You got to sometimes you got to put your nose at grindstone and you got to get on with it. And that's where they, in my opinion, I know don't mean damn thing, but in my opinion, that's where the boys, the main Kerry, Kevin, and Dave messed up. Okay, they messed up, and I know I'm talking a lot about them, and I love their daddy, and I work for their daddy, and I know what an asshole he can be. Okay, Doug, you ever wrestled a bear in wrestling?
I wrestled a bear?
A bear?
No, I've never wrestled. No, I never have.
Brother,
man. I've seen it done.
Let me tell you.
I've seen it done.
Let me tell you, when they have the big giant Dallas outdoor show where all the boats and everything is. Anyway, Fritz calls me on the phone and said, "Bart, you to go wrestle that bear, boy." I said, Fritz, I don't want to. I was a world heavyweight champion. I said, I don't want to wrestle a bear, Fritz. He said, well, if you don't want to wrestle that bear, just bring that belt by the office there at the sportorium. Just drop it off and get your ass on down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
I said, where you want me to wrestle this bear, Fritz? So I go and I wrestle the bear. But the bear, the bear, oh man, it don't have no blood. It don't have no. No, hell no. Heck no. I didn't put no. It didn't have. I mean, he didn't have no claws. Okay, his claws were clipped, and they said he didn't have a muzzle on. But he said they didn't have no dang teeth. Even though this is jawbone alone, he can crack your arm. You know, one punch, one swing with a paw, he can cut you half in two without his claws. They're that strong. And this sucker's about 1,000 pounds and 9 foot tall. All right. But I'm sitting there back at the dressing room and I'm watching, and he's wrestling about 7 or 8 guys just out of the audience, and it's packed. I mean, it's packed. Watch a wrestling bear, and that bear knows how to leg dive you, double, single leg dive you. Wow. Then he just lays on you. He just lays on your ass. 1,000 pounds, and them guys are, and now Black Bart is coming. The world WCCW World Heavyweight Champion is coming, and here I go. Well, here I go. So I walk to the ring, but I'm watching this dadgum thing, right? And when he wants this damn bear to sit down, he got a big chain around his neck, the bear's neck, and he twists it, and the bear just sits down, stops doing everything. If he goes to bite you, the guy's got a little riding crop like Akbar used to carry, and he slaps the bear in the nose and tells him no. So
I really pisses him off, man. Oh, man.
Oh, brother, I said, but I got it. You know, every time I touch that bear, I turn that chain, set that bear on its ass, turn him loose. I'd go touch the bear, set him on his butt with that chain, turn him loose. But the deal is, the guy that trained the bear is like the referee, right? And he's the guy. He said they say, and I don't know if Fritz had something to do with this or what, but they say over the PA system. They say Black Bart has wrestled the bear to a draw, and I said, damn. Now I got the bear. The bear gets me a couple of times with his back teeth in my arms. I got scars to prove it, brother. But I'd slap that dadgum bear, and he turned me loose, right? So I set the bear down. I scooted out the ring. As I'm scooting out the ring, fixing to walk up the aisle to go to the dressing room, he's got these little guys to help him walk the bear up there and back, right? Well, one of them guys opened the ropes to get that bear, but that bear's pissed off because his trainer is gone, and he ain't out there with that bear. He draws back, brother, and he knocks that dude about five rows deep in that crowd the hard way. All right, I'm getting to the dressing room door, and that guy's standing there, and I said, tell you what you better do, bud. You better go out there and get that bear before he kills somebody, because he ain't happy that you're not out there with him. And he went, oh, my God, and he went running and got and bam. I was supposed to tell that story at WrestleCade, but I didn't get it done.
Yeah.
Now, maybe
that's all right, brother. Hey, Sean.
Don't hear. But,
hey, Sean, my co-host are on the line. You there, Sean? Sean, you there? My coach, Sensational Sean, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, man, is anything you want to ask Bart? Is anything you want to ask Bart? While we got you guys on the line here?
No, I'm working with all those guys like the Freebirds and, and the Von Erichs and stuff. I love hearing those stories because I remember growing up, watching all those guys, including Bart with Percy and his little branding iron. That was the coolest little thing, watching him just hit those guys with the branding iron. I used to get, God, what an asshole, man! He's branding these fools. And I just remember seeing all that and stuff, and then later I grew up later in life, and now I'm interviewing some of these guys and stuff, and I had people like Kevin going, my brothers were always also fucked up, and I've never lived that life that way and everything. But yet, anybody else in the business has told me the complete opposite. Well, Kevin's full of shit. He did his share of shit and this and that. But you ask Kevin, he never drank a drop of alcohol or nothing. But you watch the induction a few years ago, and he was so damn drunk they had to hold him up on the stage at the WWF induction.
Not only was he drunk, he was, yeah. But you mentioned that branding iron. Did you ever hear the story about Booker T and that branding iron?
No.
You never heard a story about Booker T and my branding iron?
No.
Well, but we get this wild idea because my is actual rebar that you can heat up, right? So we tell Booker T, I put the polish on it and I stick the guys in the chest with it, right? With like a black or white polish or black polish or whatever. But we get the idea we're going to heat that branding iron and really brand somebody with branding, brother. And Booker T make it look like we I told him, I said, brother, get paper towels and tape them to your cheek. And I don't mean a few. I mean a big wad of them. Tape them to you. They ain't even going to notice. They won't even notice. Sportatorium. It's a good crowd. Sportatorium. Booker T gets Black Bart. As soon as we get there, and we got to go like 10, 12 minutes, right? As soon as we get there, Akbar lights that torch and starts heating that branding iron with a torch, brother. Now, he's got that dead-gum torch red. He's got the iron of that BB red hot. And now we're doing TV. We're doing TV, brother. I mean, you can fry, you can cook on it. It's that hot. It is that hot. And I'm going by him, and just not now. It ain't gonna be hot enough. Because we want it to smoke, right? Well, brother, it smoked. I hit Booker T with that damn Brandon, and he took off like a jet, brother, to that dead gum, that dressing room, and it got him a little bit on his cheek, and brother, we set his ass on fire. he's raising all kinds of hell, and he's. Hey, that gum Brandon on. I said, shut up. He said, shut up. You went for it. I said, what the hell? Akbar didn't know. He wanted to make sure it smoked. Boy, it smoked.
He made sure it was hot enough. He really want to get some heat, didn't he? Needless to say, yeah.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Man.
Hey, getting back to you want to talk about your good old buddy over in PR? What's up, Sean?
I think the Booker had to be green as grass then. Because there's no, obviously he didn't know what the hell he was getting into back then.
Okay, wait a minute.
No book, yeah, brother, yeah. Hey, tell my listeners out there, brother, about some stories about down on the rock.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Bart. Tell
ask me again, brother. Ask me again.
Tell some stories. Yeah, tell some stories to my listeners down there about us being on the rock down in Puerto Rico. You got any you remember?
Man. Can I remember? Brother. Okay.
Yeah, can you remember?
Okay, Carlos Colon and who was the booker? Who's the booker?
Carlos Invader. Oh, Murdoch.
No, not Murdoch. The one that made the payoffs and went and get Vika. Okay.
Vika.
Every Wednesday I went over there. I was over there 2 weeks. All right. 2 weeks before the big show. Yeah. They was putting me over on their TV for only place that I have ever beat two guys in a single match. All right. They were putting me over big time. All right. And they decided, brother, they called me and they said, we're going to have a week off before the big show. And I said, well, you're gonna pay me. You're gonna pay me on that week off. No pay. And I said, well, then you're gonna fly my ass home, and I'll come back for your big show, right? And and now, you know, Murdoch had a hand in getting me over there. Me and Murdoch was good friends. Akbar, I think, was over there too, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, Ak was there. Yeah, we brought Ak there.
Yeah, Ak was there. Ak was one of the bookers. Yeah,
Rose, all that was over.
Yeah, and I said, and that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen over there, brother. They sell rocks for 25 cents.
Yeah.
About the size of golf balls to throw at your ass as you're walking to and back from the ring. Okay? But I told him, I said, yeah, brother, I'll fly home and I'll fly back. Every Wednesday you had to go down there and fight for your damn money. I was there for 2 Wednesdays and had to go down there and fight for my money at that damn office. And I ain't like that. They looked at me and said, why are you so serious? This is wrestling. I said, this is my life, you assholes. I said, y'all going to take the damn money and gamble it away, and then we ain't going to get nothing. But anyway, they paid cash money, Doug. On it, I'm telling you, if I'm lying, I'm dying, brother. They paid cash money over there, back home, and I was to fly back. As soon as I landed in DFW, they owed me about $3,000, okay, that they had screwed me out of. All right, I flew home. I got to the airport. I went and got my bags and everything. Went back to the counter. And said, "Is there anything on that ticket?" They was like a little over $2,000 for the flight back over there. Okay. I said, I want to cash that in. I use my money, and I want to cash that in. And she looked at it. She said something and hit a button. Pam, boom, boom, boom. My money, give me my money. And I ain't never been back to Puerto Rico, and I ain't never gonna go. Okay. Now another story about good old Puerto Rico. That dude that killed Frank over there. I guess he's still over there, ain't he?
Vader. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name?
Vader. His name's Jose.
Yeah. Brother, my first night there, I forgot. I'm a nut. I'm a gun and I'm a nut freak. Okay, I got knives. I got probably 500 knives, but I carried a special one in my bag. Well, I forgot to take the damn thing out of my bag. But it's wood and it's a blade. But anyway, it opens up. It's about, I don't know, the blade on it's probably 8-inch blade. Okay, and then the handle. But I got a wet rock and I'm sitting there. And back then they wasn't real strict going and coming. And somehow I got that knife in there and I set my bag down. Boom. And you know, I got the long hair, I got the beard, and me and Frank was good friends. I took a lot of stuff that Brody used and put it with Black Bart and put it in the ring as me. But I'm sitting there and I'm sharpening that knife. I have no idea this guy's coming, and I'm sitting there sharpening this knife. I kept it razor sharp. Anyway, it didn't need sharpening. It's just, you know, something to kill time, right? Well, that dude comes and sits down right beside me, and I recognize him. And I said, hey, brother. I said, hey. I said, you know, you're not the only son of a SOB that can carry a dadgum knife. He put his bag back there, shut his bag, boom, and left. I never seen him again.
Wow.
And I left, brother, one. And I will never, ever go back to that rock, ever. Never, brother.
I know one.
But I did have good. Okay, when you at the beach, you had to leave the beach at 5:30. Okay,
yeah,
because of the gangs. Okay, if you stopped at a stop sign or a red light, they would steal your damn car.
Yeah. No.
You understand what I'm saying? They would knock you, grab you, knock your ass out of that car, and steal you down. They said, "Don't stop at the. If you get a rental car, don't." I said, "If I get a rental car, you're gonna pay for it, you know." But don't stop at the red lights. Don't stop at the stop signs, cause gang will jump in, throw your ass out on both sides of the car, and surprise you, which American, that crap don't happen over here.
No, it don't.
It's over there. It's like a. Do I have anything good to say about the brother I had? I enjoyed the bar. Okay, the first bar that stinking Murdoch carried me to.
The deli. The deli.
The
deli. Hey, the deli. It was called the deli. Remember the deli?
No,
it was called the deli. The deli. The other one, the Black Angus.
The one where, brother, you remember this one because the guys were women.
Oh yeah, I tried to forget that.
Good look.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was maybe a show had come into one of them or something. But I told Murdoch, I said, I drank about 4 or 5 beers. I said, Murdoch, have you noticed these good-looking son of a guns? He said, sit down, Bart. Sit down, Bart. Bart, sit down. I said, no, brother. Look at these good-looking women. I said, these are the best-looking women I've ever seen in my life. He said, Bart, sit down and shut up. And when he tells me that, brother, I'm going to just get louder and louder, And he said, Bart, please. I said, no, and I grabbed. He would tickle me in the ring under my arms and all kinds of. But anyway, he said, Bart, come here. I thought he's going to jack in with me. He said, they're men. I said, no, they're not. They're the best-looking women I've ever seen in my life. And they were.
No, they were.
They were. I could not believe. I could not believe. Go ahead, brother.
No, I called him it. Whatever she was or it was, she had a nice-looking ass. I told him one time.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what,
all the boys pop.
He said, Bart, sit down. About Murdoch. And you're going to like this one, brother. We're up in that Oklahoma territory where you're from, Doug. And we go up and wrestle in Tulsa at that big dead-gum Coliseum there in Tulsa, and we're going. We got to leave. We got to get up the next morning. But me and Murdoch, we don't care. So we go. Murdoch's carrying me to the bars, right? And I say, all right, I'll go out with him, brother. I would get my beer, go back to the room, watch TV, watch HBO. That's what I done. All right. Are y'all there? Hello.
Yeah, we're here. Yeah, we're here.
I thought I lost you.
Yeah, go ahead, Bart.
I thought I lost you.
No,
but me and Murdoch's going out. And heck, Murdoch. A matter of fact, Big Boss Man, and Akbar went out that night, and I never know Akbar to ever go out with anybody. But never go out with anybody. But he went out with Boss Man, and this was before Ray was the Boss Man. He was the Boss Man, but he wasn't big. He wasn't
Big Bubba Rogers.
Big time yet. Yeah. He went out with Ack. Me and Murdoch goes to this other club, but I wore that. I don't know if you ever seen it, but every now and then I wear a big belt buckle, and I got ribbed for that big license plate and all kinds. But anyway, I got another one, but I wore that night, right? So I got it. Me and Murdoch's in a club, and we're shooting pool, and there's probably 10, 15 people in this club. And I mean, the littlest son of a gun comes over there to that table, and I mean, this guy didn't weigh if he weighed 100 pounds, I'll give benefit of doubt 120 pounds. All right, and I'm 6'4". I weighed 375 at the time, and in shape. I wasn't flabby like that, but he comes up and he grabs the bottom part of that buckle, and he turns it and up into my belly, into my guts. And he says,
"Oh shoot!
Let me get a good look at that." I guess he thought it was maybe a bull riding buckle or something like that. Brother, I grabbed that son of a gun by his collar and his shirt and whatever he had on, and I choke slammed his ass on the pool table. And then I nailed him about 3 or 4 times down. He was out, gone. That is like cut me half in two when he done that with that belt buckle. And Murdoch, there's about 10 guys stand up, and I guess they were his buddies. And I looked at Murdoch and I said, "Dickie, now we stay here and finish our drinks and drink our beer and fight this 9, 10 guys, 8, 9, 10 guys coming, or we can let's just slip out this door right here and go get in the truck and go, and we said, let's go. Murdoch says, let's go. I said, good deal, brother. And we left that guy, but, crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Get me going.
Tell us a little bit about the Florida territory. How many years have you been down there?
Yes. Do what now?
I told Bob, my producer, he's from Florida down there. He's ready for you. We're going to hear some stories. The Black Bart down in Florida.
Brother, when I was up in the Carolinas, Rick Harris, doing nothing but jobs. I left there and went to the Pensacola territory. Pensacola territory is God's country, okay? But anyway, I was in Alabama. That's where Bob Armstrong gave me my first. Dusty Rhodes called me and said, "I want you to get your ass to Tampa, Florida. I want you to become Black Bart, get your long rider jacket, get your cowboy hat, get your spurs, get everything cowboy, and bring your butt to Florida." And I did. And I ain't never looked back. And wish it could. Well, I'm glad for everything, and I'm blessed, and I've been blessed my whole dadgum life. But going to Florida was the biggest blessing. I mean, man, I become Black Bart, okay, and I ain't never looked back. And on the internet, they won't let me put Black Bart on Facebook, okay, because they say I'm not Black Bart. I said, I am the original Black Bart. And they said, no, the outlaw back in the day was the real. Black Bart wasn't a real name. And I said, Black Bart. But anyway. And so I had to put Rick Harris Black Bart. That's why it's like that. But, down there in that territory, in that Florida territory, and I'm telling you, we had like 16 guys. That was it. And if you flew in down there when we had that thing on fire, you flew your ass in down there. You respected what we laid down, and if you didn't, as a team, we would send your ass on the way. All right. Now, with that being said, Dusty Rhodes was and I'll put Dusty over to the day that I die, but he could take any of those guys and put them in the main event or put them in the opening match or the middle of the card. It didn't matter. We was a team, and that's what drawed. That's why it drawed in Florida, because we loved each other and we took care of each other's backs. We would take care of each other's families, brother. You understand? That's
the way it is. That's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be. I worked for Vince McMahon for 13 months. I can call up there right now, and they'll say, Black Bart who? You understand what I'm saying? And that's another whole another story. And I don't think we got time, but if you wanted, but
we got all the time
in Florida was it was just so unbelievable, We had Dusty Rhodes, we had Blackjack Mulligan, we had Barry Windham, we had his brother, his little brother,
Kendall Windham,
Mike Davis, Maniac Mike Davis. He become Kevin Sullivan. Remember, brother? Me and Mike Davis were best friends. Wherever I went, Mike went. No matter what, Mike Davis and me were best of friends. Matter of fact, he moved here from Atlanta. That's where he's originally from. He moved. He got a house out here beside me. The camaraderie, the love that we had for each other in that territory, we wound up at the Lord of the Rings. In Miami, Florida. Was it called Lord of the Rings?
Yes, it was. I was actually at that event. It was actually called Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. All right. Me, Bass, that big Italian guy. We was in a 6-man tag against Wahoo McDaniels, Jimmy Valiant, I want to say Barry Windham, but I think Barry we was like the third or fourth main event on the big program. The college the Miami football was at the Miami football stadium, brother, and it was so slap dab out, brother. If you was there, I ain't lying. I ain't lying. It was like the biggest. It was like the biggest crowd to date. Up to that show. Now it's been blown away. But what happened was, see, up to this time, Dusty Rhodes made all the payoffs. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we got to the big show, we got to the big blowout, the big kazoo, the big everything, and Eddie Graham takes over the payoff.
Did they go down?
Eddie Graham,
yeah, I heard that.
Senior takes over the payoff. All right. Guess what he done?
Yeah. What's that?
The next day we all get telephone calls from Dusty and says we're going to the Carolinas. Every damn one of us. 16 guys
really?
left Louisiana, left that Florida territory to kill it deader than Kelsey's nuts. And it ain't never been right since. It ain't never been back right since.
I remember that, you know, and the strange part is Billy Jack Haynes wants to say Eddie Graham committed suicide because Dusty Rhodes made it to where the cupboard was bare, to where the only one that was still there was Mike Graham. And they really just...
You're kidding me.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you the truth. Eddie Graham is the one that broke it off in each and every one of us. That's why we all left. I should have made 5 times the amount that guy paid me. Okay, and I ain't lying. Mm-hmm. I ain't lying. But if Billy Jack Haynes, just tell me that again, brother, if you don't mind.
Fact, you know, he would say that Eddie Graham, you know. Eddie Graham killed himself over it because he made the cupboard was bare. Billy and I got, so there is someone that put Championship Wrestling from Florida on YouTube, and I do see the points to where people were leaving. And I believe after that Lord of the Rings show, basically, basically the only ones that were still there, you know, and because they were just given notice was like Mike Rotundo. I believe Ron Bass was there, you know, and they were just simply passing the torch on. I believe Bass pretty much let himself lose a couple of times to Scott McGee, and then he was gone. Mike Rotundo did just finish his dates after doing a little program with Dory Funk Jr., and he was gone. But you were gone. Dusty Rhodes was gone. Barry Windham was gone. You know, and that was just, and you know, they couldn't really make up for it. You know, the only thing that they had that was really making them any money was a program with Jesse Barr and Brian Blair, and that was about it. Even the Freebirds came in there, you know, and they just couldn't get it done.
This is what we was told that happened to Eddie Graham. Now, I said a while ago, I know guns, and I know knives, and I know wrestling. Okay, well, you take a gun and you put it to your head, and you pull the trigger. You ain't gonna pull that trigger the second time. I don't care how tough you are, or how bad you think you are. You put one up there and you pull the trigger, and Eddie Graham was shot in the head twice, and they said he committed suicide.
Really?
Oh,
yes.
And I got to.
I don't believe y'all. That was in the newspapers. Yeah, he shot himself, committed suicide, shot himself twice in the head. Bow, bow. You don't go
that's
pow, pow.
It's usually one shot, yeah. And that's where that's where because Coco Beware was there doing the whole tag team of the Pretty Young Things, and I asked him about that because he was there more when they were trying to they were still working hard to successfully do a transition, and he said that he was there, and whatnot. And he himself said kind of the same thing you did, that he does not believe Eddie Graham committed suicide. Does not believe it.
No, he didn't. Just like Buzz Sawyer. They say that Buzz OD'd. Buzz knew more, and Buzz didn't OD because Buzz know when when to say when. Buzz owed the mafia a lot of money, and that's what happened.
And your match, just to correct people, was Junkyard Dog, Wahoo McDaniel, and Jimmy Valiant against you, Ron Bass, and Angelo Mosca. That was the match.
Angelo Mosca, there you go.
Yeah.
Not a bad tag match, huh?
It was great. Like I said, I was there for that one. Wow. I got to be there for that one. My family took me against their will to go see that one, and I got to see something that was very, very special. I mean, was done real well. There was only that match I remember, and I wanted to see Billy Jack.
I had a poster of it. Are you there?
We're still here.
Yeah, we're here.
Okay,
we're
brother.
Here, brother.
All right, brother.
We're here.
We loved, we played, and brother, we really that Florida territory was like if there was a heaven on earth in wrestling, that would be it. Okay, and I'm talking about the Pensacola territory, which Fuller's on that. But also the I wrestled in the NWA Florida, the Florida NWA before it was Florida Championship Wrestling, and then I wrestled there as through that time of I wrestled in them. Me and Bass was the actual NWA World Tag Team Champions. I'm standing there in brand new chaps. My wrestling boots are the one I didn't have the Austin Halls yet. I ain't made enough money yet to get Austin Halls, and I got a pair of regular cowboy boots with a wrestling sole. And I think I've got either a lariat or a bullwhip in my hand or something, and that was the start of it, man. And the Alligator Alley, I know, Bob, you know what I'm talking about. The Alligator Alley, you know what I'm talking about, from Miami to Fort Myers.
I know all about Alligator Alley. Trust me,
brother. We stop. Everybody had spotlights. Everybody's got spotlights, and you pull over. You're coming through about 9, 10 o'clock, or 11 o'clock, or 12 o'clock. Really, any time as long as it's dark. And you take and you shine that dadgum spotlight out over the top of that water, where you can see water, and you see nothing but red eyeballs, red eye. Them are alligators, man. Them are alligators, man.
Yes.
Them dead gum. And I said, I was this old Texas boy. I said, my God, if thank God I never had very many flats there, because I'd still be sitting there, and now I wouldn't get out. I'm telling you.
Well, believe it or not, that's a big story for us, because we had a flat. I went to Tampa. From Broward County to Tampa, and we went down Alligator Alley. We had a flat tire, and me and a couple of guys literally went closer to the grass to where things were, and literally, I don't want to say too much because it's a family thing, but we relieved ourselves there. That's all I'll say.
I just hugged this guy's neck. He was a referee, Bill Alfonso, the referee.
Oh yeah.
Bill. Okay, I just hugged his neck and wrestled. I went to his house. Right, one of the first times I went over to pick him up, and a little bit skinny guy, and he's saying, well, then we see an alligator. I'm going to jump out and grab him and throw him into your trunk. And I said, our badge is in the dadgum trunk, and you're going to throw a live alligator back there? Yeah. I said, no, I ain't stopping. But anyway, we get on and we would stop during the day and bass fish, okay? And to get off the story, Maniac Mike is throwing the top with a lure, and this thing keeps swimming over there, and It's about a 4.5 foot, 5 foot alligator, and about that I said, Mike, and hit that alligator hit that lure, that top water lure, and just started spinning the line and doing that death roll, and he spun it till he had no more line, and the alligator was at Mike's feet. All right, and I said, Mike, cut the wire, get your knot, cut the wire, cut the line, and turn that sap sucker loose. And brother, he did, and we didn't fish on Alligator Alley no more. But the Alphonse packed out. I go over and pick him up, brother, and he comes out. No, let's go. I said, "What you dadgum hurry?" He said, "No, let's go. Well, I see a game warden's car, not car, the 4-wheeler thing. And it's a damn game warden. And we jumped in the car, I haul ass. And I said, brother, what's going on? He said, man, that game warden is right there. And I said, well, have you done it? No, I ain't done nothing. No, I ain't done nothing. And I said, Bill, brother, we're going to the town. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Let's go. So next couple of weeks, I'm driving again. And I go to pick him up, right? And I go up and I knock on his door. And I looked. I go. Nobody's answering the door, and I go around back. Back, and there's Bill. There's Bill out back, taking his water plants and throwing them over in a little creek.
Yeah.
And here comes the damn game warden. And I said, bro, and I look up by his back steps, and there's like 5 or 6 alligator skins drying. And if you ain't got license for them things, brother, you're going to jail. And everything they want to take from that property, I'm standing there, and I said, brother, what are you doing? I said, you're crazy as hell. I got in my car and left, and I said, from now on, brother, you will meet me somewhere. I'm not coming to your house. He laughed his butt off, brother. It was very, very good to see him up there at that Ratzel Cake thing. I got to meet, not meet. I know these guys. I haven't seen them in a while. I guess I was up there like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that, and it was like it was a great reunion. And to the old boy that puts that thing on up there. My hat's off to you, brother. You did everything you said you would do, and Tim Blaze Woody, and George South. I don't know if you know them guys, Doug, but
I know George.
Yeah. My hat's off to them. George did a sermon Sunday morning, and it was great. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was great. Done it standing beside a ring. The ring was set up behind him. They were having matches again that Sunday night or something. But preached one heck of a sermon. I had one heck of a time and enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it tremendously. Seeing all my friends and stuff. Yeah, seeing all my old friends and stuff.
I have one question about Florida. I have one question about Florida to ask you. What was it like for you? What was it like for you and Ron Bass defending the United States Tag Team titles against Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda? Because you guys did a lot of switching with that title, almost day to day, and it was just. I just think that those matches were classic.
It was a trophy. It was a giant trophy, about 3-4 foot high, and you had to take that trophy apart. Hayden, stop. Had to take that trophy apart and put it in your trunk. And then when you got it out of your trunk, you had to build it back to carry it back in the building with you. And that was a real pain in the butt. But we I think it was Greenville. We won. They had been carrying that trophy, but they had been carrying that trophy. And when the new belts come in, we beat them in Greenville. What is that one? Where was it? It wasn't. It wasn't Greenville. It was up. We called it Northern Florida.
Sounds like Gainesville, I think.
Yeah, in that area anyway. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they got all pissed off. They said, Barry sent word over there. We've been carrying that trophy around for 4 or 5 months. They get the new belts, and we have to drop the thing to you. And I said, well, you deserve it. But Mike Rotundo is responsible for that. Hey, Mike Rotundo is responsible for that. That monster we got is a WWE champion, ain't he? That's terrible, ain't it?
Yeah.
Ain't that Mike Rotundo's son?
Yeah, Bray Wyatt.
Oh, yeah.
Bray Wyatt, yeah.
Yeah, now I want to touch on that just a little bit since we got on the Rotundos and the Mulligans and the Yellow Dog. And you don't remember the Yellow Dog, do you, brother?
Oh, I remember it, and believe me, my brother, who was younger than me, he was about 9 years old, was screaming at the TV because we were marks for Billy Jack Haynes at the time, and when we saw you guys jump the Yellow Dog, and this time Billy Jack Haynes didn't show up, and he was screaming at the TV for Billy Jack Haynes to just come out there and kick everyone's butt.
You ain't kidding, brother. And he can not only still kick everybody's butt, he could kick everybody's butt back then. He in a dressing room in Orlando at the Eddie Graham Sports Arena, he just beat the living pee out of Barry Windham. Mulligan come in there like he was going to say something, and then he stopped and just went and sit down. Brother, Billy Jack Haynes is probably I rate Billy Jack Haynes with the Barbarian, with Haku, with the Samoans. You understand what I'm saying? Tough.
Oh yeah.
Tough sons of a gun. I'm not a tough guy. Now, you ever heard say Black Bart was a tough guy? Sometimes I tried to act like I was tough, but I'm not tough. Brother, them guys are tough. Them guys are tough. Billy Jack Haynes, I guarantee this very day, he ain't scared. He ain't scared of nothing. So
is he part of that? You're gonna talk about the WWF. Was he part of that? The clique up there? I guess he was, wasn't he? Back in there. What you was gonna talk about?
Me?
Yeah, Bray Wyatt. Yeah, Bray Wyatt. He was
brother. I'm sorry. I was okay.
That's all.
And I'm on. Y'all remember when Ron Bass was in WWF and he was wrestling beefcakes and he lost a hair match? Y'all remember that? Okay. After that, you never seen Bass again. And nothing. Okay. I was told that I had a 3-day tryout up there for Vince McMahon. Okay. 3-day tryout means they're going to look at you. You may have a job, you may not have a job, right? Is anybody there?
No, I'm here, brother. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
and okay, all right. They 3-day tryout. Okay, a 3-day tryout, and I've been working for Crockett and NWA and WCW for 20 years. And I'm making 90 on an average, 90 to 100 grand a year. All right, I ain't doing bad.
Wow,
doing pretty good. Yeah. And I'm supposed to give it up for a 3-day tryout with WWF. Guess what? I didn't go. Okay, this is what I found out later, because I went up there later. All right, they was going to put my wife Bonnie as Sarah Jo Puckett, put me and Bass and J.J. Dillon back as the Long Riders against Blackjack Mulligan and Beefcakes for the titles. All right, and I didn't know. Are y'all there?
Yep, we're all here. We're all still here.
We're all here, brother.
All right.
We're here.
All right, and yeah, I went up there, and I worked. I think I worked for Vince 13 or 14 months. Dusty Rhodes called me in up there and said, called me up to his room. It was up in Connecticut. Someone said, would you stop being Black Bart, and would you do this gimmick? And he had it all laid out on a little coffee table, and what it was the Undertaker's gimmick. Okay, he
really?
had it all, the hats drawn, the had drawings of the boots, the long rider, the long coat that he wore, the hat, the gloves, the whole 9 yards, and had a pallbearer laid out in another section of pages and stuff, and said, Bart, would you change being Black Bart and be this? I don't think it was. He called it the Undertaker or whatever. It was Undertaker's gimmick. All right, me and Taker is good friends. Starved to death out in Tennessee together. Lived in the same house.
Yeah.
Rode all around Texas. Rode all around. I said, brother, I would do it in a New York minute. Please let me do it. And he said, and we sat there and talked and discussed and talked and everything, and boom, and then the next TV, there's Mark, and there's Percy Pringle, and he's the Undertaker, and Percy Pringle's Paul Bear, which I love them both, and I said, and that was what I was kind of promised, but. Yeah, and then when I was in the WWF, okay, I was the highest paid jobber in the business, because every match I did up there, except for the one with Alan, when I first started, I did Texas Compactor off the second rope on that hard-ass ring, and them rings are like concrete. Yeah. Nobody told me that, but I learned the hard way. I dropped the compactor on him, and I think I broke my back right then, my tailbone right then, when I done that.
Oh, shit.
But I couldn't feel from my waist down. Was on their national TV, the whole damn thing, and I couldn't feel my legs, but I rolled to the apron and swung, got the feelings set up, and got feelings back in my legs, and stood up and raised my hand out there. All right. Well, you're supposed to raise your hand over your opponent in the ring, all right, and face the hard camera. Well, I know this, but I couldn't stand up, all right. But yeah, I was paid main event money for Vince McMahon, and I done jobs. I've done nothing but jobs for everybody, because Vince McMahon said, and he's God, he said that if you would have come up here when I wanted you to come up here, you would still be on top, making nothing but money to this very day.
Wow.
All right. Yeah. And yeah, but one of the biggest reliefs off of my shoulders and my heart was the day, or 3-4 days before Desert Storm. Vince McMahon Jr. called me in there and gave me my notice, okay? And I cried, brother. Yeah. Because the relief, I was relieved that I didn't work for that organization no more. Doing nothing but jobs, not figuring into nothing. Blackjack Lonzo told him, said, you give me Bart in the middle of the card on every one of my matches. And nothing after that, whatever main event I got after Bart, said that'll be perfect. Just make sure Bart's in the middle of my card. Because they had a lull in the middle of every one of them cards. And they wanted somebody to go out there and hike the people and jack the people up to get them ready for the main event. Mm-hmm. Okay? And that's what I've done. I've done it very well. And he paid me very well. As a matter of fact, he paid me for almost 2-3 years after the fact. But I was getting talent for his TVs. He would come to Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana.
Yeah, I remember.
And I would get talent for him, and I was getting paid to do that. So Vince McMahon, okay, when you go to work for somebody like that, you know he's a prick. You know he's an a-hole, okay? And you go in knowing this, and you just try to make the best out of the situation that you can make. Yeah.
Yeah, no. You gotta realize who the boss is, and just run with it. You gotta realize who the boss is, and
it's just like, but it's not just like that in wrestling. It's like that, and no matter what job you go to, brother, there's going to be some asshole or somebody that's going to keep you ticked off and keep you mad, and you got to either you do one or two things. You either quit or you deal with it, and you don't, you can't walk that middle line right in the middle. You either get all the way off on one side or get all the way off on the other. And with Vince McMahon, there's a side up there in that organization that's I don't want to offend nobody. They're gay, okay? And a lot of guys, that you don't know are gay. And I found, I don't mind. As long as they leave me alone and our business, then I'm cool with it. You can be whatever you want to be, but just don't come to me and expect me to do what you do for me to keep my job. And that's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to in WWE when I was up there. Now, I want to say it's changed, but I would bet my ranch if I had one. I bet my ranch if that it's still that way. Okay, my first time in them buildings up there, Earl Hebner comes to me. I'm going to call my wife on the regular telephone, hanging in the deal, and I'm about to put it up to my ear and to my mouth, and you punch them buttons and it rings, and Earl Hebner grabbed my hand and pulled it away from my mouth and said, every one of them ring guys line up here to talk on that phone. Well, at that time, every one of them ring guys were gayer than a $3 bill. You understand what I'm saying? And you putting that they had their mouth within half an inches from there, and I got you now. And I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Why would Earl come? You ain't my head. No. Here, Bart, you ain't got one of these, but here, use my cell phone. Use my cell phone. And I have one of the guys come after me to see if I was that way, or if I was straight, or if I was a switch hitter, or whatever the deal was, right? And and I told him we would we'd go to the dressing room and set my bag down. He'd be on the other side of the dressing room. Within 5 minutes, he would be sitting so close to me you couldn't get. You couldn't drive a hair in between us. And I said, I told him, I said, brother, I don't know what your problem is, but you better start explaining to me. And we shared cars, we shared rooms, and I did not know. You understand? I learned real quick. I learned real quick.
It didn't take you long.
Oh yeah, bro, it didn't take me long at all. But I told him, I said, you better get your face out of my face, or I'm fixing to take your head off. That's simple. That's simple. Get away. I said, a matter of fact, we won't be splitting no more rooms. We won't be splitting no more cars. We won't be splitting nothing. You stay away from me. And I said, you can tell Vince McMahon that too. And then that's when I kind of leveled all my stuff leveled off, and then 4 days before Desert Storm, Vince McMahon gives me and 16 other guys our notice. Okay?
Yeah.
I hit on that a while ago. He gives me and 16 other guys our damn notice, and his reason, we're going to war. Desert Storm was
that was the reason. Yeah, that was the reason, huh?
We are going to war.
He got afraid of things too when Desert Storm was going on. He took WrestleMania because the main event was going to happen with Sergeant Slaughter as the world champion. Took it out of the stadium they're going to have it in and moved it to a smaller arena instead, and just because he was afraid of something happening.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry. That brings me to I wrestled Andre the Giant probably 8 times in my career. The first one, he backs me in the ropes, gives me a chop. I don't sell because it didn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that it was supposed to hurt for me to sell it. You know what I'm saying? Well, Andre just barely, just laid his hand on me, and it looked like he killed me. And then the second time, brother, he backed me in the ropes. He lit me up. I walked around with his handprint on my chest raised up about a half inch for like 2 weeks. That's how hard he hit me. But the deal that I just watched it again up in the Carolinas, up at Winston-Salem. It was on HBO, the Andre the Giant story, and at the end of it, Vince McMahon sitting there like he's crying and because the Giant's dead, right? Vince McMahon and Andre the Giant hated each other's guts. Okay, right. And I ain't said a whole lot about this, but and Andre's, he was in pain, brother. He had like rheumatoid arthritis from up his legs down, up his back, up his spine, and they called it the Giant's disease. I think it was rheumatoid arthritis. My mother died with rheumatoid arthritis, but Andre, he had to have 3 bottles, 3-liter bottles of wine, 3 of them, in the dressing room. That's when he got there. And all them shows, we had to be there at 11 or 12 o'clock. Every one of them. They become they were all big shows, okay? And that's what he started with. And then Brother Andre he wouldn't stop. The beer was like drinking water to us.
That's what I heard.
I went out with him so many times that it ain't even funny. I've been with him where bars don't close out in Louisiana, and him and Grappler, Lynn Denton, God love Lenny. Yeah. Lynn Denton is one of my bestest beer drinking friends that ever come down the pipe. Brother.
Yeah, Coors Light. I drink beers already.
And Andre and him were bestest of friends. Now I was Andre's friends, but the champ was he's got to go to bed.
Oh, did we lose Bart?
I think we might have. I'm checking right now.
We lost Bart, his grandson hung up the phone. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're checking right now to see what Black Bart.
Actually, I think he muted. Black Bart's still on with us. We lost Sean. But I think Black Bart may have just muted us here.
Bart, you still there, buddy?
We'll see if he'll probably have to get the phone on. He probably deliberately muted the phone because I heard his grandson in the background there too. Yeah, the way he would just be doing things there, and it sounded almost like he was imitating an airplane all the time.
Hey, you want to run to a commercial right quick while we're waiting on you?
Yes, we'll do that here, and we'll take that commercial time out here on Pretty Boy Doug Masters' Kayfabe Corner with Black Bart here on Action VR Network. We'll be right back.
Canadian Aquatic Auctions is your place for that aquatic enthusiast in your family this holiday season. With Christmas fast approaching, now is the time to look for that great gift for that special someone who lives the aquatic lifestyle. With years of experience, owner-operator Nelson Fletcher can help you achieve your aquatic needs and goals and help you find that special gift for that aquatic enthusiast you love. You can also converse with other aquatic hobbyists and enthusiasts by logging on to www.aquariumauctions.ca and joining the TAC room, where you can ask any questions. Visit Canadian Aquatic Auctions today at their website at www.aquariumauctions.ca or their Facebook page at facebook.com/Canadian Aquatic Sales. Together we can build lasting relationships based on listening and servicing your needs in a professional environment. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Canadian Aquatic Auctions.
My name's James. For 6 years, I was a garbage can druggie. I would do any kind of drug I would get my hands on. But here at Teen Challenge, I've walked away from that drug lifestyle for good.
If you know an adult or teenager who is struggling with a chemical addiction, Teen Challenge is there to help. Please, don't wait. Call us today at 417-862-6969 or reach us on the web at teenchallengeusa.com.
Christmas is not far away. Come catch Santa on his sleigh. Time is precious, seize the day at Ski's Watch and Clock. Ski's been in business for 20 years. He knows his stuff, so have no fears. He knows about all those tiny gears inside every clock. When you come to Ski's Watch and Clock, his variety is huge. From wristwatches, pocket watches, stopwatches, desk clocks, mantle clocks, grandfather clocks, new and previously owned reconditioned pieces. Right now, with Christmas so close, we will only accept light repairs till after Christmas. The elves are busy enough as it is filling Santa's sleigh. Don't let the Grinch stop you from filling the stockings or putting things under the tree this year. If you're worried about getting someone a gift, you can put items on layaway with just a small deposit. Thanks to Ski, you can send that stupid Grinch to his bedroom with no dinner or TV and no computer or PlayStation. By now you must be wondering where Ski's Watch and Clock is. It's located in beautiful downtown Winter Haven at 106 West Central Avenue, Florida, just across from the main post office. Call 863-294-5630. Again, that number is 863-294-5630.
This is our time. We play without limits. We create without rules. We are not for sale. We connect with the whole world. Every idea we've shaped, every relationship we've cultivated belongs to us. We demand the freedom to be our uncensored selves. And when something challenges that, we change it. Together, this is our time.
One, two, three.
Let's start a revolution. Let's MeWe. Join the revolution at MeWe.com.
Memories can last a lifetime, especially when it comes to the holidays, especially when it involves taking pictures. If you live in Southern Oregon or Northern California, there's one place you can count on to make those memories last longer than the holidays. That place is Grateful Heart Photography. Abigail Summers can help you with making your Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate the best ever by taking single shots, family portraits, couple portraits, pet photos, and more. She can also capture the finest winter scenery you can imagine. Those photos are available all across the country and around the world at a price that will not empty your wallet for last-minute Christmas shopping. Don't wait until the last minute to get your pictures done for the holidays. Call Abigail Summers at Grateful Heart Photography at 541-951-2443 or message her at her Facebook page by searching Grateful Heart Photography. Much of her work can be found there. Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year from all your friends at Grateful Heart Photography.
If you're looking for action-packed classic fun, look no further.
Carter, the machine gun! Look out, Danny! Up in the sky, look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
Adventures, you've come to the right place. This is one nostalgic weekend.
Saturdays and Sundays, midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific on Action VR Network.
Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Are you looking for a great education that's also in a great location? Check out College of the Siskiyous. We offer a variety of career and technical education programs, general education, and personal enrichment classes. With our new Reg 365 process, you can register for any semester, any time of the year. With on-campus housing, an active campus life, competitive athletics, and expert guidance from our highly trained staff, College of the Siskiyous is waiting for you. Call us today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Pretty Boy Doug Masters Kayfabe Corner, and our guest, our great, great good friend, special guest, Black Bart. You know how it goes with live radio, brother. You never know what's going to happen. I believe we got a caller on there wanting to speak to you, Bart. Go ahead, caller.
All right, brother.
Go ahead, caller. Hello? Oh, well.
Okay. All right, it's all right.
Okay.
Okay. All
right. Yes. All right, brother, man. Is there any more stories you'd like to roll through us? We've got a good hour and 40 in. I know you need to throw some more stories back in.
It's hour and 46 minutes, but I ain't counting. Nobody's counting. I tell you, I left off with that that WWF and the way it was up there and everything, and you know, I had some of the best times in my career. That I'm getting music, Doug. I left up there. You know, I was saying it was like the world. When he gave me that notice, it was like the world. I mean, I just sat down and bawled. I was so relieved to be out of there and out of that high pressure. I don't know what you.
Hello?
I don't know how it was so intense. The you could cut it with a knife in the dressing rooms, you know, and it was and them guys that are up there now, you know, my hat's still off to them, but them guys work about half the matches that we worked, you know, and we would work every day of the week. We would be gone. We'd be on the road for 3 to 4 months at a time, 5 months at a time, and get to go home for 3 days, and then you'd be home a day, and they'd call you, and you had to go out 2 days early, you know, and it was so intense that I didn't even. I had little kids at the house, and my daughter and stuff, and I didn't even know them. They didn't even know me, you know. And
he's gone all the time, yeah, on the road.
Yeah, it was. We would fly out at 4:30, 5:30 in the morning. We would get to an airport, then we'd have to drive 200 or 300 miles to because the planes didn't go into the town where we was wrestling, whatever. And that it seemed like that's the way it got to. And it was such a relief that I wasn't working there no more. It was like the weight of the world had been lifted. I never felt that. I have never felt like that. And my wife, I called my wife and I said, Vince, just give me my notice. And you know, me and 16 other guys. It may have been 18 guys. I don't remember exactly. But and then she just broke down and started crying. Not because of the money, but because that we were going to get our lives back. You know.
Yeah, you didn't know each other. That's
yeah,
you know each other.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you just kind of grew apart, man.
Yeah, and it was so intense up there, and that, brother, I would get to the building as early as possible, okay, and I would build a mid-shift dressing room somewhere in the Coliseum or the arena or the convention center or wherever the heck we was at, and then where the Dusty would come in there, and Gold Dust would come in there, and you know, Bill Eadie and Barry Dursall would come in there, and to get it, to try to, you know, to get their calm back, get their, you know,
Yeah.
we're back. This is where we can be the boys. We don't have to be Demolition, or we don't have to be the Hart Foundation. They would all come in there, and they knew that they were welcome, and they could come in there and just be them, you know, be cool, you know, and not have to deal with the Gaga 4 steps away, maybe 5 steps away. There was a barricade in between that. And I sharpened everybody. Everybody had carried a pocket knife or a Bowie knife or something. But Gorilla Monsoon give me a set of Arkansas stones that's sharpened stone, and I still got them back in there in the box and put away. And I still, you know,
wow.
I remember, you know, it's so deadgum. It's not even. God, I can't put it into words.
You can't put it in words, man. You can't put it in words. It's the memories you got. So solid. You know what I'm saying?
And then it can't. You know, I will have them in my head, and I'm doing my best right now, Doug, to write a book. I've got not write a book, but
that's what I'm wondering.
I've got 5 tapes, front and back, of stories. The thing that I'm I can't put them. I can't put it in order. You understand what I'm saying? I can't put it.
Yeah.
This started in 1973, and it went to 1974, and then 1974, I went to this territory. And the next year, the next year. When I started, there was like 40 territories you could go make a good living doing this, wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I said, man, we'll wrestle forever. And then all of a sudden, blink of an eye, brother, there's one place to go work and make a good living, and that's WWE. And you have to be, you have to be a lot of things that I will never be. I'll go to my grave not being these things. And it's like saying, if you'll do this, it's like saying, if you'll do this in the dark, and when you walk out of this dark room, you're going to be a millionaire. Will you do it?
Mm-hmm.
And I think y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay?
Yeah, I understand.
Will you do
I understand, bro.
Will you do it? Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know but me and you.
Well, I know.
If you do it, if you'll do it, and you walk out that door, you're going to be a millionaire. Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that.
I got you. I'm going to think, yeah, but hey, Bart, we got the callers back on the line. Go ahead, callers. You want to talk to Black Bart?
Hey, Black Bart.
Hey, what are you doing, bud? You doing okay?
Oh, yeah. I really enjoyed watching you. I used to watch you when I was a little girl.
Uh-huh. No. Don't date me now. Don't date me. What's going on, darling?
No, not much. I didn't hate you. I just said to myself, I wonder what joy he gets out of branding people.
It was kind of funny at the time, but now, you know, I think about it and the polish, you know, when I was doing it with polish, you know, nobody's getting a little polish on them, but when you start heating that thing up, folks can get hurt.
You got that right.
yeah, you know, and I don't know, I laughed at Booker T running up that aisle in the sportatorium, his butt's on fire, smoking. I mean, smoking, and that BB.
In fact, I think I remember that.
If you could see that BB on his butt and that napkin underneath them nylon. See that nylon? It sticks like glue when it gets hot, and it was too much, sorry. And it would just tickle me if he's hearing this, because he's talking about his burning butt running up that running up that sportatorium, that baby Christmas. That's funny stuff. And I just hugged Stevie Ray's neck down in Wrestlecade, that Wrestlecade thing. And I'm the one that I'm the one that's responsible for them having a job. Okay, they were living in Houston. I was living in Texas City, which is on the other side of Houston. We drive to the sportatorium every Friday. Well, they rode with me because they had little sports cars, but we had to carry my car. And for a year after they started at the sportatorium, me and Johnny Mantell trained them guys and taught them charisma and ring savvy and crowd savvy and all kinds of the savvy that you need in the ring. And then they knew that me and Dusty Rhodes was good friends, okay? And they knew that I had the number to Dusty Rhodes, that I wouldn't give them the number to Dusty Rhodes, all right? So, and this story is around the wrestling business for so long it ain't even funny. That's why Black Bart will be talked about in the dressing rooms after I'm long gone. Okay, but anyway, I say, okay, I will call Dusty Rhodes and I will get y'all a tryout, but I want a brand new bass boat sitting in my front yard when y'all get into the money, because I knew because at the time black talent like Iceman King Parsons was non-existent. It was not. Dusty asked me one thing. He said, do they have charisma? I said, brother, they are oozing over with charisma. And they started. I got them a 3-day tryout. They hired them as Ebony with the fire and up their britches legs. And about 9 years later, I asked I call up there and I say, "Hey, Dust, how about my boys? How they doing? What's their numbers on their contract?" And he said 999.9. In other words,
wow,
$1 from $1 million a year is what they were making. Okay, and I still ain't got that deadgum bass boat. I still ain't got that. I still ain't got that bass boat. But no, I ain't got it.
Wow,
yeah, that's
wow.
But
all right, brother. Well, listen, that bass boat will be there one day, maybe. What did they say when you hugged his neck? Which one you hugged his neck?
I hugged Steve. I asked him. That's how I got into that story. I'm sorry. I hugged his neck, and I said, "Brother," I said, "last time I talked to Booker T, I called him everything but a white man. I'm going to tell you one thing and one thing only. Where is my bass boat?" And he just started he busted out laughing. And I mean, this guy's in shape, brother. And now he felt he I believe he can go. And I didn't carry it no further because I didn't want to get my butt stomped. So I just shut up about it. Yeah. But I let him know that, hey, you still owe me a bass boat, brother. You know where I live. I ain't moved. You still know where I live. Anyway.
Caller, you got any more questions for our guest here before we probably gonna wrap this up? We've been on the 2 hours. We've been on the air for 90 days and 99.
Yeah. Yeah, if I could talk to Black Bart forever, I would. He's so much fun. He's so much fun. Well, when you get into the stories, you really are.
I appreciate it, darling. You don't know how much.
Yeah.
Maybe like I say, I'm trying to get a book out there, but it's hard when you're just a dumb old country boy like me. So
yeah.
Can't do it. But
all right, darling. All right, Vanessa. I appreciate it.
All right.
Really appreciate
I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye, darling.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, darling. All right, brother. There he goes. We probably got the lights sort green blinking over there, but since we've been on the air, so I'm sure you're tired, brother. And hey, man, like you said, you got a book that's going to be coming out there. I see on Facebook. Did you do the Twitter thing, Instagram?
Doug, let me get something. I want to tell all the fans out there that remember this. Old Black Bart appreciates each and every one of y'all, and Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year, and God bless each and every one of y'all, and I love you. Go ahead, Doug.
All right, brother. Hey, man, I love you too, brother, and same back at you. And if anybody wants to get a hold of you, I remember you were still taking. If anybody wants to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of Black Bart? If somebody wants to book you out for signings or sell merchandise or whatever, not how do they get a hold of you?
I'm on Facebook. All you gotta do is I don't know if I should. I mean, I'm on Facebook, and all of them know my dadgum telephone number, and it's on. I mean, I have put my home phone on Facebook. It's on there. It's on my Facebook. All you got to do, all you got to do, and most all the guys has got my telephone number, and anybody who wants to book me or wants me to do like signings or stuff like that, I'm available as long as I can get a babysitter, and and sometimes that's a little
babysitter. And the first class ticket.
There you go, brother.
Put that in
there. That's first class. Bart ain't going nowhere. He's going to stay right here on my ranch unless it's total first class. Now, I'm talking about wheel me from the dadgum parking lot to the airplane to the when I land, pick me up off there and wheel me out because it is murder. This last start, like I said, this come back from Winston-Salem, brother, and it's hard for me to make it through the airports. Charlotte Airport was worse than DFW. And
wow, it was that bad, man. Wow.
Brother, I remember it was a 19-minute flight, and we sat on that plane for almost 2 hours, cramped like sardine. No knee room. It was like they cut the AC off, and you're just bam. Bam. What do you? I can't. In this plane, I stand up, but I had to bend my back over because I couldn't stand up inside the plane. And I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it no more. It's going to be first class.
Oh,
it's going to be first class all the way. Or old Bart ain't going, brother. I'll be 65. I'll be 65 January the 30th. Okay, that crap y'all see on that deal on Facebook and that where it tells my life stuff. My daddy ain't Man Mountain Harris. Okay, my birthday is
they put a bunch of bullshit on there.
Yeah, it's January the 30th, 1955. My daddy's name is Leon Senior. All right,
Leon
you guys out there, Leon Senior is my daddy's name, and I'm proud to call him my daddy. All right, he worked his ass off his whole life, just like I have, and he just done it another way. But Doug, I love y'all, man, and I love y'all.
Hey, man, I love you too, brother.
We done gone past 2 hours, but
we don't have a curfew.
Yeah, if anybody needs to get a hold of me, brother, I don't want to give my telephone number out, but
don't give me that number.
Yeah,
but they want to get a hold of you. They can get. I have people calling me sometimes.
There you go.
They get on me. I'll run them through. Me to get you, brother, and stuff like that. Okay.
Give it to me, and if the deal's right, then I'll come. But if it ain't right, Bart's staying here. I'm gonna stay.
All right, brother. Appreciate
where it's at, brother. I love y'all, and God bless you, brother.
Hey, love you too, man. God bless you.
All right.
Take care. Take care, brother.
Bye bye.
That was a great show, man. Mr. Black Bart, man, worldwide, well-known story. I mean, he can still get it. Did you hear what he said? 5 tapes of years, just 73 through 74. That's it. 5 tapes front and back, just for 2 years. Can you imagine what it's going to lead up to? That's going to be one heck of a book, man. I mean, that's going to take him a while to get that one done. He needs really, he did own a restaurant down in Granbury, Texas, where a good friend of mine lives at. He owned one down there for quite a while, and now he's just raising his grandbaby, as we could hear, and all this and that. But let's wrap it up. But what we got going? What you got? I know I was going to tell my listeners out there that next Friday I got Rugged Rod Price. He's going to be back on with us, giving kind of a health update. He's having another back surgery. I think this is the 10th one. We're going to touch base with him, just see how he's doing health-wise. And he's still out there managing, doing some managing down in Louisiana, brother. So he's like a Timex. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. And then on the 20th, that's going to be the last show of this year, we'll have Tim Storm's going to be on. Right now he's working for NWO Pro. He's right out of Texas out there, down in Texas, and he's working with them right now. He's going to be on December the 20th. And then for a program note, I believe don't quote me on this, Bob, but I think we're going to be down from December the 23rd to January the 2nd. I'll be back on air that Friday, the 3rd of January, and it's going to be a new day and time. It's going to be Thursday at 6 o'clock p.m. Central instead of Friday at 6 Central. But that'll be coming on January the 3rd after the 23rd. Is that right, Bob?
Yep, that is right. I won't be able to produce shows from that time due to a previous commitment that's going to actually hold me back there. But we will be back by the 3rd. We will still have Christmas music going. We will still have Christmas music going, and we will have everything up to par. So everything will be up and running, and we'll be good. There will be one more Friday show on the 3rd for Doug Masters, and then after that, the show will come back at its new time on on January the 9th. So we'll have one more. We'll have
be the new time.
Yeah, we'll have one more Friday show, and after that, it's going to be smooth sailing with Thursdays, and we're going to have a good time with it there too. And I know that people are looking forward to all that. And God, we could have gone another 2 hours there with Black Bart. What a great interview!
Hey, I know. Well, it was great, man. Like I said, I didn't even ask him who trained him. We got, I didn't even ask him who trained him and everything, but I appreciate Bob. Hey, man, if I don't talk to him, well, I'll be talking to you before Christmas, so I'll talk to you next week. And ladies and gentlemen out there, I'm going to end out like I always do. It's Pretty Boy Doug Masters. Be good and not be good at it. And remember, no one is as good as a pretty boy.